Hi everyone, I'm Serious. Night Fury is a very famous animated dragon through the trilogy movie How to Train Your Dragon as well as a few series. I made a video of top 10 strongest dragon in How to Train Your Dragon and did mention it before. However, in this video I will analyze more carefully its origin and abilities. The Night Fury was once considered to be one of the most mysterious and fearsome species of dragons. In fact, until Hiccup befriended Toothless, no one even knew what the Night Fury looked like because they preferred to attack at night, where their blood scales allowed them to blend into the night sky, making them mostly invisible. Night Furies are classified as members of the Sky class. Information: Weight 1,776 pounds. Wingspan 45 feet. Attack 15. Speed 20. Armor 18. Firepower 14. Soft limit 6. Venom 0. Jaw strength 6. Stealth 80. The Night Fury is the fastest, smallest, and rarest of the known species of dragons, as Toothless is the last known member of his species. It is medium-sized with a sleek, dark body with blood scales. It has faint lighter pattern similar to that of a manta ray. The Night Fury somewhat resembles an axolotl or a gecko in general appearance and has two pairs of wings with a shape similar to a bat. Two mobile, ear-like appendages on the back of its head that show its mood and habit here, as well as other pairs around their jaw depending on their age. They also have a pair of large, yellowish-green, cat-like eyes and sharp, projectable teeth. Unlike most dragon species, the Night Fury lacks any kind of horns. The Night Fury's wingspan is 45 feet, making it resemble some sort of a jet plane. This allows it to fly faster than any of the other dragon species. It uses tail fins on its tail to help steer and maneuver, similar to an airplane rudder. However, a Night Fury will be incapable of flying if one of these fins is missing or destroyed, which shows that they are also used for ballast in flight. Abilities: Firepower. The Night Fury can shoot bursts of purple color flames composed of ionized oxyacetylene. Plasma blast explodes directly upon impact, sometimes exploding in midair at higher altitudes because of the cut-off oxygen supply. The Night Fury can fire at different levels of power. For example, it can fire concussive blasts that can knock people off their feet, while at the same time being able to destroy entire battlements with more powerful blasts. Dive bombing. The Night Fury's main type of attack is dive bombing. Night Furies fold their wings to create a streamlined, aerodynamic shape while they dive from the sky, helping them to achieve greater speed while they accelerate downwards. It has been observed that at the last moment, Night Furies open their wings to create the drag, then lift off. Strength in combat. The Night Furies is strong, being able to fend off Vikings like Stike and several others at once. As seen in the first film, he can carry combined weight of Stike and Hiccup, over 400 pounds. Toothless has also shown to push the Whispering Death to the ground, which requires great force. Stealth. The Night Fury's jet black color and dark scales make it nearly impossible to spot in the night sky. The only warnings that it gives is the sound of the dive bombing with the loudest blast, right before it attacks with the powerful plasma blast, as well as the star disappearing behind it. Cloak and camouflage. Much like Night Furies, Night Furies are capable of cloaking. This allows them to blend into their surroundings. They do this by summoning lightning from the sky to turn their scales reflective and become temporarily invisible. Although it has been shown to use up a lot of their energy, as the Night Fury enters its cloak form, it causes a massive wave of electrical energy that electrocutes everything within a close radius, which is shown when Toothless electrocutes Grimaud's death rippers that are clinging into him and Hiccup, causing them to plummet into the sea. It appears that night furies can only use this ability after being taught it by another member of their species. Speed and agility. The night fury is among the fastest known dragons. It is said to reach speeds that break the sound barrier. Night furies don't have short spikes or spines. Instead, they have short and thin fin-like spines. The reason for this is because the short fin-shaped spines prevent greater air resistance than tall short spines. This gives the Night Fury a huge advantage in high-speed flight. Night Furies are incredibly agile dragons that can dodge many blasts from other dragons. Arrows and Toothless move easily in the forest catapults. They also have a very quick reaction to an opposing threat. Claws. While the claws of Night Furies appear to simply be black extrusions of keratin, in truth they can flex on command and act as rudimentary fingers. Acute senses. Night Furies have an uncannily great sense of hearing, and they can hear long distances, as proven by Toothless when he was able to hear Hiccup's yelling from the cove. They also have a good sense of smell, as Toothless checked Hiccup by his sense of smell, but lost him when Hiccup tasted the air on the back of a Delinada. They also have larger eyes that give them excellent night vision, as they are adapted to fly at night. They cannot see well in complete darkness, thus they will use echolocation, such as in a cave, or when their vision is restricted. Stamina and endurance. Night Furies also have high stamina and durability. They can survive falls from the sky with fairly minor injuries, as demonstrated in the films and the Dreamworks Dragons, the series. Intelligence and mimicry. Night Furies are extremely intelligent, surpassing nearly unknown dragon species. Toothless can almost completely understand everything said to him. He can understand verbal cues and non-verbal cues, as showcased in Twinsanity. Night Furies display a high level of emotional and sentimental awareness of both humans and other dragons alike. Toothless can sense emotion by picking up on oral and behavioral signals and act accordingly in response to them. Night Furies also seem to be one of the few dragons who attempts to show creativity. In the first film, Toothless would attempt to draw Hiccup after seeing him draw. Echolocation. Toothless demonstrates the ability to use echolocation when Night Furies are at locations where their sight is limited. Making it hard to fly, they can use a special signal. This signal, taking the shape of purple-colored sound waves, bounces off of wrong objects and thus circles nearby and allows the dragon to avoid them, even in mid-flight. Jaws. Night Furies have high jaw strength. They can also retract their teeth to avoid chipping and breaking when not in use. The ability to retract his teeth is what earned Toothless his name. Secondary spines. In How to Train Your Dragon 2, Valka showed Hiccup hidden spines on Toothless' back that even the dragon himself didn't know about. After that, he can extend them at will. They gave him more maneuverability and control in flight. Alpha Dominance Display. When the Night Fury's alpha mode is unleashed, its spines, the ridge between its eyes, the inside of its mouth, and its nose glow with the translucent blue, reminiscent of the bluish plasma blast it spires. Weaknesses. Night Furies have very few weaknesses, making them hard to combat. However, a dragon-root arrow could render them weak and vulnerable for some time, while other dragons can recover faster. The Night Fury's larger wings make them vulnerable to powerful sheer winds if they were to attempt a prolonged hover in such conditions. The Night Fury's dual tail fins on their tails allow them to remain stabilized in flight. If one is damaged, missing or cut off, they will be unable to fly. Night Furies are unable to survive in consistently cold environments like tundras, snowy mountains, or Arctic islands. Night Furies are also unable to fly for long distances without resting and sleeping, which can make them easy to track or hunt down. Similar to Gronkos and Delinadas, Night Furies can itch around their neck and chin will be easily calmed and reaching a specific spot on the string can even make its eyes roll back and cause the dragon to collapse. Hiccup was able to train his Night Fury without too much difficulty, partly because Toothless couldn't fly and was trapped in a cove, while Night Fury will likely just fly away and ignore you unless you catch its interest or prevent its flight. It is preferable to catch it without hurting it. Another way is to find its egg and train it from when it hatches. So the content analyzing on Night Fury is over. If you see it interesting, don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel. Also, please comment on the topics that you want me to do below. Goodbye and see you again.